right. All right. So, hey, let's talk. Let's talk holds a little bit, because I have a feeling that not everybody got it last time. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Just a feeling. So, I'm going to use my little drawing pad here to try and do this. As a reminder, how do we determine the entry for the hold? Well, first of all, you have to have a hold. Oh, all right, good point. How do I determine a hold? Well, a hold needs an anchor point. Okay, what is that? Could be an evade, right? VOR, NDB, or waypoint. Latitude, longitude, the crossing of two radios, a radio and a DME. Those are waypoints, right? But the end, the end result is that you end up with an anchor, with a fix. And this fix is where we're going to anchor. Whoops. This fix is where we're going to anchor the hold, right? So put a fix in here. Okay, that's our fix, right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. And then we're going to draw the hold. Okay, so let's say that you have an inbound course. Chat, give me an inbound course. First person to give me an inbound course wins. All right, 12. So 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to do this again, because now I'm going to draw the fix over here like this. Okay. And now let's draw the hold. So 0, 1, 2 is my course. How do I draw the hold? Well, I have to draw the hold with an inbound of 0 and 2. That's what defines the hold, is the inbound course. Okay, so inbound course is going to be 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2 means I'm going to be flying 0, 1, 2 inbound to the fix, right? So inbound to the fix, inbound to the fix. These are all inbound to the fix. I know it's hard to see my cursor, but I need to draw it so that by the time I get to the fix, I'm flying 0, 1, 2. So that's a little bit right of north. So it's going to be something like this. That's my inbound course, right? When I get to the anchor, the hold begins. Okay? Let's put 0, 1, 2 in here so we know. So this is 0, 1, 2. Okay, cool. Wow. It's awesome too. Okay, cool. But a hold means that I have to turn. So, is it right turns or left turns, chat? Okay, there we go. Left turn. So, when I get to the fix then, I have to turn left. So let's do that. So I'm going to turn 180 degrees to the left. Okay. Then we're going to have another straight segment, like the inbound one, but we're flying the opposite way. And then I'm going to turn again 180 degrees to get back to here. All right, there's my hold, right? It is left turns. So I'm going to do this here so that we can remember. And put a little arrowhead here so we know. Little arrowhead here so we know. It's left turns. Okay. All right. I don't need the arrows because I know that the turning starts once I fly inbound to my anchor. So I have to turn left. I can't do this the opposite way, right? Because if I flew the opposite way, when I flew the inbound, where's the anchor? Oh, it's back there. Oh, that's not how you fly a hold. Okay. All right. That also means that the reciprocal 180 degrees offset from 0, 1, 2 is going to be my course on this side, right? So what's that? Well, 180 plus 0, 1, 2, 1, 9, or 2. So 1, 9, 2. Okay. That's our outbound course. Okay, great. But there's one more thing I want to do. And for that, we're going to change our color here to blue. All right. What do I need to do now? I need to draw a line to the inside of the hold that's 70 degrees offset from the inbound. Whoa, that's a lot. Not really. It's a line. Okay, I can do that. Inside the hold. Okay, so it's not going to be a line that goes outside. Okay, I'm going to draw inside from the anchor inside. 70 degrees offset from the inbound. So this is the inbound course here. So that means 70 degrees offset from this. So this here would be 90 degrees if I did that, right? Perpendicular to the inbound course. So little less than that. So it's going to be something like this. And so I'm going to draw a line that starts at the anchor and it's to the inside of the hold and extend it to the other side too. And then this angle here, which is only inside, right? This angle here is 70 degrees, right? Why did I draw that line? Why does that line matter? Do I have to draw anything else? Because I bet that a bunch of people remembered the 70 degrees, right? Right? Which, by the way, that 70 degrees is going to be, what are we talking here? 192 is the other way, plus 70. So 262. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. 262 going that way, right? Or 082 going the other way, right? Extend base course up. Straight line on from the fix. So you guys are saying I should have another line here, like this, extending the inbound, also on that 012. Okay, cool. Cool. And that's right. That is right. Now, why do we do this? Well, because we now have three sectors, right? We now have three sectors. We have this sector up here. Right? We have this sector in here. That's basically all of this side. So basically anything on this side of our blue line, right? And then I have this sector up here. That's a different sector. Yeah? I know this probably should be in a museum somewhere. I know it's really good art. But really, guys, focus on the theory, okay? The theory is what's important here, not how good I am at drawing. I know listen, it's the cross I bear being this good, okay? I was born this way. All right. So, tell me the names. Let's start with the green. What's the green one? What's the name of this sector? What kind of entry is this going to be? Okay. This is going to be direct. Right? Okay. How about the one up here? The small little slice here. What is that? Teardrop. Correct. And that leaves this one up here as parallel. Okay, so this looks like a mess because it is. But this is the kind of sort of mental, I don't know how you want to call it, mental template, mental trickery, memorization, whatever you want to say. This is what should be happening in your head, hopefully a little tidier than what I was able to draw. Oh, you know what? I just realized that the parallel is cut off at the top. Sorry about that. Here, let me fix that. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better, right? A little bit better. All right. So you should be able to do this in your head. Now, how do you do all this? Well, actually, I do it the same exact way I drew, right? I start with the fix, I add the inbound, I add the turn, is it left or right? Then I have a hold. Then from there, I make the 70-degree cut to the inside of the hold, right? Determine what those angles are. And then I determine what my entry will be. Now, do you have to do it in your head? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. A lot of people draw it. Some people will use rules of thumb using the HSI. There's some tricks that you can do there to help you with that too, right? But at the end of the day, you just need to understand this entry template, if you will, right? These are all recommendations. You can enter however you want, but let me tell you, if you stick with this, chances are you're gonna be more successful at entering the hold than if you try something else. The reason this is out there, and the reason people actually use it, is because it works. So much so, when you use an FMS, when you use a GPS that can do holds for you, that's what those GPSs are gonna do. Look, there's no regulatory requirement, so they could have programmed them for, there's a more efficient, better way to enter a hold. But they didn't, because there really isn't, right? Now, if you don't remember, okay, man, do your best. Do your best, right? Use common sense, try to draw it up, figure out where you're coming from, try to figure out what you're gonna do. And remember that, most importantly, so this is the protected area of the hold. I'm gonna draw in red over the protected area of the hold. Let's go supersize here on this. Perfect. Right? This whole side of the hold, and you're like, no, that's the parallel. Well, no, because I'm not stopping there. From the inbound towards the hold, this entire airspace here, okay, plus a little bit of the space on this side. Little bit of this space, so that you can get it wrong, you can wander off the hold a little bit, is protected from terrain at the minimum hold altitude and higher. Okay? Now, over here, yeah, nah. Right? Basically, what you're seeing here in pink, right, and semi-transparent, is the protected side. So what does that mean? That means that obstacle clearance is guaranteed from the minimum hold altitude and up, anywhere in the pink area. And you're like, well, it's a little confusing, right? Well, it's not as confusing as you think. Here's the inbound of the hold. Extend that both ways, and imagine that from that line where the inbound lays, right, to the hold side, everything is protected for a really wide space. Okay? So even if you're doing a mediocre job at doing this hold, you're really sloppy, you end up getting out over here more, that doesn't matter. You're gonna be fine, right? But what if you're turning in and all of a sudden, you're down here, right? And all of a sudden, there's a tailwind that just hits you real hard, and it's gonna blow you all the way over here. Before you realize, oh, whoa, we blew through the inbound, let's go back, you're over here. So they have to protect a little bit of the terrain on this side, right? On the opposite side of the hold, if you wanna say it that way. Now, how far does this extend? It's not for you to know. The information is out there, but you don't have to know, and it doesn't really matter because you're not supposed to be that far out that way. And even some pretty gross navigational errors here doing this hold, they're still going to be in the protected side. We're talking like you really have to try to be outside the protected area on a hold. But it is bigger on the hold side. It extends farther out on the hold side than the non-hold side. Does that make sense? Look at this ILS that we have in Bedford. I believe it's for runway 7. Nope. Runway 29er. 29er. Okay. Look at this hold right here. So it's a hold at Socio. We see there's a hold there. but we need the inbound course of the hold. And in this case, it's 2901. Well, how do you know which is which? Well, I mean, they put them close to where they are, right? So 111 is the outbound here, the reciprocal, 180 degrees from 2901. And you also know because you're going pretty much west, right? If you think the north is up on a chart, this is almost west. It's not exactly west, but it's almost west. So 2901 makes sense that you'd be here flying 2901 to hit it. Then, is it right turns or left turns? Well, if this is the inbound and you're here, this is going to be a right turn. We're looking at it from above, right? Right turn, 111, right turn, and now intercept the inbound again. There is no guidance on the outbound to know if you're doing it right or not. You can only do it by heading, right? And I say this because if there's no wind and you nail that inbound and you turn perfectly and you end the turn 180 degrees later, you're fine. You're going to be very, very close to this outbound. But what if there's a lot of wind from the north pushing you down? Well, by the time you finish this turn, you're going to be like halfway inside the hold because the wind pushed you so much during the turn. And now that you're flying 111, the wind's going to keep pushing you, so you're going to end up somewhere over here, right? That happens in holds. So if you turn inbound from there and realize, whoa, the inbound is way over here. Okay, next time, you can't do much about the wind on the turn. You're still going to end up here. But then instead of going to 111, go to like 090 and see what the wind does. And you end up over here. And you turn and you still are past, but now you're closer to 2901. Got it. Okay, I'm going to try 080 on the outbound. Turn, end up here, 080. And now when you turn in, boom, you capture the 2901. Does that make sense? Is the size of the hole defined, or does it just depend on your ground speed? It depends on your ground speed, or it can have its size defined. If all you see are bearings over here, headings, right? Courses like this, then it's 1 minute. The inbound is supposed to last 1 minute. At whatever ground speed you're at, you're going to have to figure that out, right? But I mean, it's not bad. Think about it. If there is zero wind and you fly over SOCIAIS to start the hold, okay, right turn, 180 degrees, you're going to end up here. There's no wind, right? And now, well, what do I do? Well, if the inbound needs to be a minute, then the outbound needs to be a minute. So fly the outbound for a minute, heading 111 for a minute. That's going to put you very close to this. Turn 180, boom, here you are. Fly it inbound and time yourself. Did I take a minute? And if you took a minute, you're perfect. If you time yourself and it was like 50 seconds, you're like, whoa, that wasn't long enough. I need to extend this inbound, which means I need to turn later from the outbound. So I'm going to fly the outbound for 1 minute and 10. So you turn, fly 111 for 1 minute and 10, turn in, and time yourself. Did it take a minute? No, it took 58 seconds. Okay, a little adjusting. Let's go to 1 minute and 14 on the outbound. See what I'm saying?